Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2. So right now I'm on the server with Hobo Joe, Is a Dwarf, Joshy Koala, Kendrick, Solar Hunt, and Faraday. The server's been bumping today. I've been out exploring. I've actually been looking for a bean. This bean right here from Random Things. Because my goal was today I wanted to get a flu network started. Like these right here, the whole flu network system, like from Harry Potter. However, I have not been able to find a bean. I did find a couple of the nature cores from Random Things, but there was no beans in there, in the chests. So I'm still searching. But I did come across something really nice. You can see there's actually some pixies right over here flying around. And these can be tamed. If I recall, I think it takes cake, which I don't have any cake right now. But you can also capture them in a jar from Ice and Fire. It's just glass and some planks. So I brought some jars out here, and we're going to snag ourselves some of these pixies. So let me... sometimes if you look at them, they'll fly down to you. You got to be careful though, because if you do, and they fly over to you, they'll generally steal something from you. Like randomly. You can punch them or whatever and get it back. Like they'll give it back, but you do have to be kind of careful. Because pixies are little thieves. Is what they are. Alright, come here. And you'll notice there's different colors. They actually, they'll give you different buffs. We'll get into that stuff later. We've got two pinks. Yeah, they don't stack. And a purple. That's fine. I can always come back here and gather up some more pixies. Actually, there's a meteor right here. Do we want to go ahead and maybe hit this up? I actually did get some sky stone earlier, but my pick broke, and I wasn't able to get, like... I wasn't able to get everything else, but let's see. We got an inscriber silicon press. Alright. Advancement unknown technology. Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead. Right over here, you'll notice there's some little structures. These are pixie hovels. And basically, pixies just kind of live around them. But you can also grab these, and we can use them for decor. My inventory is actually pretty bad right now, as you can tell. Yeah, my inventory is pretty bad. I'm not going to be able to gather all these. But you can see there's mushrooms, and then there's like little wood logs. We're going to come back and gather these. So there's actually quite a few of them. The little town, if you look, the little town kind of spreads out over through here. So just a heads up. Now also over here, I have discovered something. Since Thaumcraft's in the pack, which I've been out exploring, right, and my inventory has just gotten terrible. By the way, the structures from that structure mod, I can't think of what the name of the structure mod is, but the structures from this mod do have loot in them, like pretty decent loot, and generally it's fairly easy to get, so they are worth exploring in this pack. But right over here, I found a Thaumcraft burial ground. And I've actually got this automatic torch. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. By the way, I did get, you can see I've got a Wing Charm, Antidote Charm, Void Charm. And I do have an extra Void Charm and Wing Charm. And I found Climbing Gloves. So we do have those now. I've been doing a little bit of exploration. But these places, they're semi-dangerous, so be careful going through here. But there are spawners inside of here. But we're going to go ahead and tackle this place. Because I think we should be alright to take it out. Just two spawners right there and there. Oh, zombie. Okay. And then anyways, down here, there is loot. There is loot to be had. I'm going to have to come back probably to get everything. But these common urns, you can break these. And we got a splash potion of rising. And then this one we got some kind of potion. Potion of swim speed. And then there's also a little bit of loot here. Nothing crazy good in this one. I guess I'm going to take the Mana Steel, just because I have been stocking up on that. I have more at the base, but... anyways, I wanted to do that on camera, just because I thought maybe the loot would be like a little bit better than that, but that's okay. Of course, it all comes down to luck, so I just didn't get like super lucky there. But I'm gonna empty my inventory. I've just been, if you look at the map, I was exploring out, down, around through here, and looking for beans. And never ended up finding any. But on my way back, I was like, well, we might as well check these out and get our pixies. I've got more glass smelting, so I'll get more pixies. I'll come back and get more. But I wanted to show you guys those this episode. We'll do more with them in the upcoming episodes. Of course, that's for Ice and Fire. We're going to be getting into a lot of Ice and Fire before too long. But, oh, there's one other thing. Right here is Aquamarine Shale. And I want to go ahead and grab that. There we go. We got one piece. Is that not enough to complete the quest? Yeah, it is. Okay. There we go. Quest complete, Gate Astral Sorcery. Which there is a reward. I'm going to wait till we get back to claim that. But anyways, I put my banner on the back of my little boat. So this is kind of like my little flagship at the moment. I've just been kind of sailing around all over the place, looking for beans and other things. But anyways, back at our base, I've actually been working on nutrition a bit. You can see dairy's at 88%, grain 90%, protein 88, vegetable 98. So I'm just about maxed. I have toughness 3, strength, and resistance buffs. Constant effect, which is quite nice. Down here, I have expanded on the kitchen. I haven't decorated it yet because we need to go to the nether before I can put in like a kitchen floor. But you can see that like I've got, like over here is like meat or fish. And then right next to it is meat. I've got bee grubs in there at the moment. And I've just expanded the counters all the way around. And then added some additional fridges here for like fruits and vegetables. This is for like bubbly water and milk. Speaking of, I need to make some more milk. Since my my milk tank over there is filled. So I've just been crafting it a half stack. Every time it fills up and it's 4 times the milk. Of course, and then I added, you know, some sinks and stuff. It was a little bit expensive, but it really didn't take that long. Mainly just a lot of clay, which I live right by the ocean. I haven't really done too much down there, but if we head up here, this is where I've spent most of my time. I have been building, and I've been building a lot. Just one room, but the room is almost done. Like, it's almost done. So in here, look what we've got. We have a storage area. A legitimate storage area. By the way, making all these drawers is horrible. But luckily there's these big oak trees with no leaves on them, and they have like a stack and a half of wood each, and so I've just been vein mining those. So it's fairly quick. It's just I have to sail over there to collect wood, and I was taking this out, but right now this is filled. That's why I didn't have it on me, because I'm doing some sorting and organizing. So I've got that. I've been filling it up from those chests over here and bringing it over and then sorting things. So but I have all the drawers down through here. I have, which actually all of these torches should be able to go now. Yeah. This is all lit up. I'm using the iron lanterns from Rustic. Just 4 of them down through there. And then I've got, you know, a few more right through here. And then I've got torches on those pillars. And it keeps everything well lit. This one, that one over there is like for blocks right now is what I'm putting in there. That's all I've got in there right now. This one over here is wood and saplings. And then this one right here is metals and gems. So that's the progress I've got so far. And then I've got these little small storage crates from Actually Editions. These are pretty common in the villages, in the jam buildings. And I've just been dumping, you know, alloys and stuff like that. There's dark steel. I'll dump that in there too. I've been dumping those into those crates. They're kind of just for overstock. And then this one here, which I don't have any drawers put up. I do have a lot of wood built up, so I could. I just haven't done it yet. This one's going to be more like miscellaneous and maybe plants. I don't know. We'll see. I'm either going to put plants... I'll probably put plants in there, or I might put them over here. I haven't decided for sure. But anyways, that's the main thing I've been working on is all of this. It's just a lot of great wood and then chisels and bits floor through here. And then a bunch of oak. Which is fairly easy. I mean, it's a fairly cheap area. It's just a lot of... it takes a little while. It takes a little while to do it all. So that's where my work has been. But either... It might be done in the middle of this episode. I might put the rest of the drawers up. The only other thing that I have left to do in here is I need to add drawers. I need to add banners. And I need to add signs. And that's about it. I'm going to, you know, label everything. And put some of our little pirate banners out and stuff. But for the most part, it's done. And then fill it full of Actually Edition storage crates, of course. But by next episode, we should have everything sorted and organized. And the drawers, if you're wondering, they are great wood and oak planks, nailed panels is what I'm using for those. Of course, all frame drawers. And then I have to connect all of these. I haven't decided how I'm going to connect the trim, since I do have this floor here that's all chisels and bits. I'm thinking about going up above it, but I haven't decided for sure. I mean, technically, I could just bring it over and then down and across. But if I recall, the frame trim acts weird with like wood. If you want it a certain direction, it doesn't really work out all that well with that. But after this area, I'm either going to be working on the entrance, or I'm going to be working in the kitchen or the crop area. So, anyways, let's go ahead and put down our pixies. And for right now, I'm just going to put them over here. So if you take these pixies, I just figured we go ahead and get them. You can put these down, and they live inside their little jars. And after a little while, if we give them just a little bit, they are going to set down. And then we can start getting pixie dust from them. Which pixie dust, I mean, it's not super useful, but they look really, really pretty. And like I said, you can tame them with cake. But if you take a look at pixie dust, you can combine that with golden carrots and glistening melons, and you can get ambrosia. And it's also 2 additional food types. Anyways, we did complete a quest here, and we get 16 aquamarine, 64 marble. Let's go ahead and claim that. So that's another gate done. We're like knocking through the magic gates. And earlier, I was wanting to... I leveled up my pick again, so we're at heroic rank at the moment. And we have 4 modifiers. I did add a paper binding, and then it leveled. And we've got 4 modifiers, and that's with our luck 3 and our hastest. So what I was wanting to do is start working towards unbreaking. Like, put maybe Unbreaking 4 on there. And then our Madoc, I wanted to put Unbreaking on that too, because I have 7 modifiers on that. However, I started crafting it, right? And it's not standard recipe. It requires gold sheet metal, dense obsidian plates, and gold item casings to craft the reinforcement modifier. You do get 2 per craft, but it's a little bit more expensive. And I'm going to need 5 crafts of this. So to actually start this, we're going to have to start IC2 before we can begin that. So what we're going to do today, I would like to maybe start into IC2. I know we're going to start into Thaumcraft here soon, but I really need that unbreaking modifier. But I also want to go to the Nether so that we can start getting Nether quartz so that I can start work on the kitchen. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off with IC2. I do believe. This episode, because I feel like it'll be a little bit important. And to actually unlock the gate, we're going to have to do 8 overclocker upgrades. I will probably take that. We're going to need to make ourselves a basic machine casing to unlock IC2, which in this pack you get 4 per craft, but you need 4 large iron plates as well as an aluminum plate right now. We'll be able to make these a little bit later, but for right now that's what we're going to have to do. So I've got some iron smelting up over here. Let's go ahead. And actually, I'm going to need to get some aluminum as well. I've got 42 iron. And we're going to need a half stack to get started. So it's a little bit expensive, but that's okay. It is 4 machine frames though, so that's nice. So we'll just dump that. Oh man, this is going to take a little while. Okay, I've got a plate cast already, so I can pour out the aluminum plates. That's not going to be a problem. Let me go ahead and get... we're going to make a cast for large iron plates, and then I've just got to get melting on some liquids. So there's that. Put that back, because I still have a few more chests to craft. Now, you can make chests a little bit cheaper. We'll get to that in time, because you can do the treated wood instead of the wooden tough tool rods. But you can actually do that sooner. You get 2 chests per craft too. You can do that sooner if you want to... Those... immersive engineering buildings, those are made out of treated wood, so you can, just tear those down and be able to make a few chests with that too. I've actually been looting the chests from the villages, which has helped a lot as well. Okay, we got the stuff for our machine frames, so let's go ahead and get those. Alright, we got the stuff for our basic machine casing, so let's go ahead and make those, and we should get a quest complete. There we go, Gate Industrial Craft. And we get to choose between 8 overclockers, 32 iron ore, or 64 rubber. Now, what is the recipe for overclocker in this pack? Is it standard? Advanced carpenter, IC2 coolant. Yeah, because the rest of that stuff is pretty easy. So we're going to take the overclockers. There we go. And that leads into industrial foregoing, pipes, and nuclear craft gates. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and open up the IC2 page here. And let's see, there's a compressor way down there. Well, let's go ahead. IC2, it says it's a tier 1 tech mod. It offers a lot, such as ore doubling, power generation, item duplication, tools, and armor. You need to craft an advanced machine case in order to progress into industrial foregoing. Hence, if you cannot be bothered with making IC2 generators, you can convert RF into EU with mechanism. Well, we're going to do IC2. So let's go ahead and do that, detect, And we're going to pick a loot chest. And let's take number 3. There we go. And we have begun the Industrial Craft quest line. Alright, let's see what's in our loot chest. 4 winch doors. Okay. Alright. Well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and dump our overclockers into there. And next up, they want us to probably go get rubber. Yes. We need to go get rubber. So we have to get rubber, a tree tap, and sticky resin. Which I actually have some rubber tree saplings. You know, we found those. We found those actually in like the first episode. But let's go ahead and craft ourselves. I'm assuming this is the same. There we go. A tree tap. And I do have rubber trees up above me. So we'll go ahead and just climb this mountain. It's a whole lot easier with climbing cloths. They're not terribly expensive. I mean, most of the stuff from Cyclic you can already craft. And Cyclic is very, very powerful within this pack. Because most of the stuff that you can make with Cyclic, you normally wouldn't be able to get for a while. But let's go ahead and gather ourselves up some rubber. Where'd that drop at? There we go. We're looking for this sticky resin right here. I'm going to have to get a little tree area set up for that, but there's a lot of resin trees up here. So basically I'm just going to have to run around to each of these. Land is like it's a resource here. So, oh, there's actually a piece right up there. Okay, there's 16. That should be good to help us, for us to get started with. And then once we get the extractor, it'll be a whole lot easier. But I am planning on setting up an area for sticky resin. Just right now, I just basically want to push on into a little bit of IC2 so that we can make our tools unbreakable. It would definitely save me on resources because I'm having to repair my pick and my Maddock very, very often. Okay, so I got a piece of rubber. It's still smelting up the rest of it, but one piece is enough to complete the quest. And we get another loot chest. So we're going to go... That fairy just said hello. I'm definitely going to name one of those Navi whenever we actually start taming them. Let's go with loot chest number 2. And what did we get? A block of Arctic fur. That's actually kind of nice because we can turn that into Arctic fur and craft the Arctic fur armor with that. I'm actually half tempted. The only thing is it'll break, so I'm going to save it for now. Okay, but anyways, next up they want us to start crafting machines. The first thing being the generator. So we're going to go ahead, because we need some basic EU production. So the generator, let's take a look here. It requires 3 iron plates and an iron furnace, or you can use a basic machine casing. Basic machine casings in this pack are a little bit more expensive though, so we're going to go with this recipe. So altogether we're going to need 8 iron plates and then a battery, which is 10 cable with rubber and 10 item casings. It's pretty standard. And oh, we can actually use our engineer's hammer for this and get our 10 item casings that way. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to break these down with our engineer's hammer, and give me a second while I get all these iron plates poured out. And by the way, furnaces in this pack are a little bit more expensive. They take 4 compressed cobble, coal, stone gears, but you can usually get them pretty easily from the villages. I've stockpiled them just because they are a little bit more expensive and take a little bit more effort within this pack. And we are going to make a smart output for our smeltery here soon. We just have to get ice for it, so that's why I haven't done it yet. Let's go ahead and craft ourselves a cutter from IC2 because we are going to need that, and we're going to need to take some of our not 10 plate. It's late. Is it? No, 10. I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind. 10 plate, and we're going to go ahead and cut that down into some 10 cable. Let's go ahead and get 2 batches of that because we're going to end up needing it. And then combine that with a piece of our rubber, and we'll get our first piece of insulated 10 cable. And then we've got the stuff on us right now. We'll go ahead and make our iron furnace. There's that. And we've got the stuff for our battery. So we'll go ahead and snag that. And then I'm just waiting on one more piece of iron. And there is our generator. And we'll go ahead and... Oh, there we go. Quest complete. And we'll get our loot chest. I'll pick number 2 in this case. Okay, so what did we get? We got 64 lava wood. That's kind of useful, I guess. It's like enough lava wood, I guess, probably to last us for a really long time. Okay, and then the next quest, now that we got that, we are going to want to make a bat box. And then our 6 insulated tin cables. Okay, we'll make that. But the next quest here is for the Macerator. We're going to go ahead and follow it down to the compressor. Because having a Macerator, an extractor, and a compressor would be really, really useful. So would a metal former. I don't know if we'll do that today or what, but let's go ahead and take a look at the Macerator. And actually, we're going to go ahead and make one more batch of these 10 cables, and let's go ahead and insulate 6 so that that counts for that quest. There we go. So that's counted, so we just have to make a bat box for that. But the Macerator is just a machine casing, and then we're going to have to make a control circuit. Electronic circuit. So for this, we're going to need copper cables, and lots of them, and iron plates. And I have just enough rubber to make a Macerator. And you can see that our fairies have started setting down. Like this one right here, this one right here. You can see they're sitting down at the bottom of the jar. What we can do is we can just right-click. And they go, ouch! Hey! And you get some fairy dust. So it's just free fairy dust. Then you can, of course, add more and more, fairies in a jar if you want. Okay, so I've got the rubber that we need and the copper cables. And rubber's about to get a lot easier. I've got 9 more sticky resin. And we'll go ahead and get our circuits. There we go. And then we're just going to need our 4 tree taps. Which I should have everything on me for that. And there is our extractor. Okay. Now the fun begins. Because this is going to make IC2 a lot easier for us. So quest complete. And we'll go ahead and get our loot chest. I'll take the first one. And what did we get? A flamethrower from Mechanism. Okay. Would be useful if I had actual fluid to put in there right now, but I should put that away. Loot chests haven't been too good today. We'll go ahead and put our extractor right there and connect it up with some power. And then I'm going to go ahead and dump in like an overclocker. Actually, we'll start with no overclockers. So we throw in the sticky resin, and it's going to start processing. But of course, it is slow as Christmas. So we're going to throw in an overclocker, 2 overclockers, 3 overclockers. That actually might drain the bat box. Well, it's not running right now. So let me drop in a little bit more coal. No, we're generating more than that. Okay, so we're starting to get 3 rubber per sticky resin. So it's going to go a whole lot further now. And then we can make our compressor. Which we're going to be using to make our dense obsidian plates so that we can make the reinforced. Because I'm going to go do a bunch of mining. I'm actually starting to get low on certain metals. But I would really like to have like at least Unbreaking 4 on the pick. And then I also want to make the Madoc just completely indestructible. Oh, actually, we've got another basic machine casing. We may go ahead and get the metal former too. That might be worth it. So the compressor is just stone, diorite, any of that stuff, and then another electronic circuit. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm pretty sure that the metal former is going to take a... Yeah, it's going to take, and then it's going to take the toolbox stuff, which is bronze and a bunch of copper cables. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's going to make processing metal a whole lot easier. Okay, we've got everything that we need. Let's go ahead and get 2 more of these 10 cables, and there they are. Oh, I already had 2. That's fine. We'll go ahead and run those across like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get our metal former. We're going to need 2 of these electronic circuits in total, not just for the metal former. We're going to need a couple of these toolboxes, and we're going to need a few of these coils. And oh yeah, I gotta cut these down. There we go. And this will be the last time we have to use the cutter, which is great. Which means we're going to get a lot better output. There is the metal former, and then we also need the compressor. So there is that. Quest complete, compressor. Let's get our loot chest. Take the second one. Oh, the electric furnace was next. Okay. I think that's going to take another machine frame, isn't it? Okay, no it doesn't. It just requires the iron plates, the iron furnace, then upgrade it. Okay, well let's go ahead and put down our compressor. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take our overclocker upgrades, and I'm going to do like, I'm going to do these across like 4 things. I'm going to put like 2 in the Macerator, 2 in the compressor, and then I'll put 2 in the extractor, and I'll put 2 in the metal former. What's in our loot chest? 8 Rainbow oak bookshelves. Okay, we'll take it. Let me get the stuff together to make the electric furnace real quick. It's not terribly expensive, so... Okay, there's our electric furnace. And then we should get 2 quests completed there. As soon as they update, quest complete electric furnace, and quest complete metal former. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our loot chest. So we're going to get 1 for the metal former, we'll get the first one. And then the electric furnace, we'll take the second one. There we go. Fluid solid canning, blast furnace, okay. Let's see what we got. Rainbow oak sapling from the Twilight Forest. And an end crystal. It's an epic quality. Okay. That'll save me a nether star one day. One day in the distant future. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up our electric furnace. And let's run 1 more cable over. And I tell you what, let's actually pull this stuff up. By the way, in this pack, you don't have to use the wrench. You can just pull the stuff up freely with a pickaxe. I'm going to put, above the macerator, I'm going to put the electric furnace here. Then above the extractor, I'm going to put the... I'm going to put the metal former there, and I'm actually going to move this. That's what I'm going to do. Still makes me nervous, like pulling these up with a pick. I'll put the compressor and the metal former right there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then our overclockers, let's go ahead and... I tell you what, I'm going to put 2 in the electric furnace. And I'm going to put 2 in the metal former. And then I'm going to put 2 in the compressor. So the extractor won't have any, but that'll be fine. And then what I can do is if I toss the copper ore into the macerator, and let me go ahead and give this a little bit more coal. We're going to upgrade to a geothermal before too long. It's going to macerate the stuff. It's a little bit faster. It still takes a little while. Okay, so now that we've got that, what I'm actually working towards is the is this right here, the reinforcement modifier. So this is going to take the dense obsidian plates, 9 obsidian plates through a compressor. And obsidian plates, we can get these, we first have to pulverize obsidian, which we should be able to do that in the macerator. We can. So let me go get a bit of obsidian. We'll start with 63 for right now. And we'll go ahead and dump this in the macerator. It's going to take a little while for this to run. So I'm just going to work on like something else while I wait. Toss that into there. And then we're also going to have to make up some gold plates to make the gold sheet metal and the casings that we need. So the metal former, we're going to set this to rolling. And we're going to do like, we're going to throw in like a half stack of gold. And then that's going to become gold plates. 1 for 1. And we don't have to use the hammer. The hammer and the cutter we no longer have to use. And then our compressor, we're going to go ahead and throw in our pulverized obsidian, start making obsidian plates, and then we'll have to compress them again to make the dense plates. So there is quite a bit to this. There we go. There's our very first obsidian plate. And I'm going to take our crushed copper and just toss it into here. Is this draining the bat box? Yes, it is. Okay, let me actually pull this out. I'm thinking just the LV and just having a single generator is just not enough at the moment. So I may end up making like another generator or something. But anyways, we can make our very first bits of gold sheet metal. Oh, and you get 4 pulverized obsidian for each obsidian. And then you get 1 obsidian plate per. So it's 4 per obsidian, which isn't too bad actually. Okay, I've got some dense obsidian plates. I've got 6 of those, and 20 gold sheet metal, 8 gold item casings. Now, we are going to make the block cutting machine before too long, and this thing you can actually get 9 plates per obsidian, so it's a little bit better. And it's just one craft, and then it makes 9. It'll be a whole lot more effective, but I've got to make some more basic machine casings before we can do that. Which I guess technically, well, it's still dense plates. I mean, that's 9. But I can turn them into the iron plates. If we were to get the block cutting machine, we can make 9 at a time, which would be nice. We'll probably get that before too long. But what I actually want to make right this second is if we take a look at Modifier, and we craft this right here. We're going to get 6 of these. Now, I am going to have to do 2 more crafts, and I'm going to be working on that. But for right now, 6 will be fine, and then I'll keep crafting. Because the pick, we're not going to be able to get fully Unbreakable on that yet, because I'm going to have to level it up again, which is another 10,000 XP. It'll probably be leveled by next episode, and I'll probably make it unbreakable. But just having 4 reinforcement modifiers, because each of these makes it consume 20% less durability. So if we take our Iron Night Slime Maddock with 7 modifiers, and we put reinforcement on there, and reinforcement on there, and we're up to reinforced 2, this will be 3, 4, and 5. You can see we get unbreakable. Each level adds a 20% chance to not use durability, because at this point, it's a 100% chance to not use durability. So now, it is 100% unbreakable. Durability is infinite on this. And that's why the little durability bar is gone. And then our other ones, we're going to go ahead and put on our pick. And I'm going to start working towards, right now I can get 4 modifiers on there of unbreaking. So it's going to run down durability a lot slower. But then hopefully by next episode I'll have fully 100% unbreaking, which will be nice. Which basically I just have to let this pulverized obsidian run out. And I'll have enough. I keep letting this coal run out. But now we're working towards unbreaking tools, and technically we have ore doubling. Now it'll be a little bit easier once we move into geothermal power, and we can use the lava with that. But at least we have easier sticky resin, and we can make plates and wires and all that stuff without, which I'm having major power issues here, as you can tell. These overclockers aren't the best thing for, like, power efficiency, because you can see they increase the power by quite a bit. Like, if I pull this out, I might actually pull these out just so I can leave them running. I'm not as worried about the speed as I am in just actually keeping up. Which, honestly, once the metal former's done, the compressor can work fine by itself. We could increase the number of generators that we have, but there's not a whole lot of point because we're going to move into geothermal, and then we'll actually start automating, doing like a little ore processing system and stuff, which would be nice to have at this point. I am going to be running my ores through here. It's just not as fast as it could be, and not as efficient as it could be, and not as automatic as it could be. But anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. Next episode, I promise we will be going to the Nether. I know I've been talking about that for a while. We are going to go to the Nether next episode because I need to get Nether quartz, I need to get cobalt, ardite, manulin, and then I can start building out the kitchen, which will be nice. Though I might possibly start in there between episodes. I'm not for sure. It's kind of between like the kitchen, this floor that I'm on right now. Actually, start working down here, or the entrance to the base, and I will finish the storage area. That'll be like 100% done by next episode. So we'll already have something 100% completed by next episode, which will be great. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.